Chapter 7. The World Around Him. The train was already approaching the next station, and Jonas was still processing what had just happened. He was standing, holding onto the handrail, but didn't remember getting up. 4 passengers were staring at him, curious. Did they think Jonas was part of the supposed rebellion?
Revolution? What was that chaos? Why did it matter to that old man? Who, by the way, got paint all over me?
Jonas cut off his thoughts as he ran his finger over the stain on his shoulder. He paid attention to the loudspeakers. Alberayans and Rendersanen.
So the previous one was Midgard Station. What the hell is going on there?
Now at Basel, that meant only one more stop before reaching Twilight Station and heading to work. He thought about how distant he had been from the real world this week. Agatha, the scarred man, trains. He had been so wrapped up in all of it that he hadn't even read the news. No wonder he was exhausted, this whole new phase of his life. The loudspeakers announced the arrival at Twilight Station, interrupting his reflections. He got off the train, now less observant and vigilant than when he had entered Crossroads Station after his coffee with Agatha. He had lost focus on his mission, and it bothered him how quickly that had happened. He arrived at the building lobby around 10 a.m. and noticed more people than usual. He didn't let it distract him. He moved quickly, took the elevator, and headed to his office. On his floor, he walked to his desk pretending everything was normal, avoiding eye contact and hallway conversations. He sat down and started planning his day. He needed to work, obviously, but he also wanted to look into the chaos at Midgard Station. As he opened his emails, he felt a tap on his shoulder.
Feeling better?
It was Lucas, his boss.
Today's a mess.
Yeah, getting there.
Jonas remembered mid-sentence that this had been his excuse earlier that morning, and then saw an opportunity.
And it really is a mess. Did you see what's happening in Midgard?
Jonas couldn't resist taking advantage of Lucas's mention.
I did. Everyone here was talking about it earlier. I didn't pass by there, but they said it's chaos. They're trying to start a riot, and it looks like that's the starting point. Troublemakers and kids.
Lucas finished with a hint of disdain.
What do they expect to achieve with this?
And what are they demanding?
Jonas wanted to see how much he could extract from the conversation. He would push it as far as possible.
No idea. Sometimes they just want to make noise. Kids these days, everything is a reason for rebellion.
Jonas found it odd. Lucas wasn't even in his mid-30s.
By the way, and the stationery project?
Damn, I need to deliver that today. I can't lose focus.
Jonas thought.
I'll finish it today, just a few details left.
Jonas gave in, but already forming a plan.
No problem. Just remember the deadline is today. Otherwise, the board will start their own rebellion here.
Absolutely, boss.
They both laughed. They had a good relationship. Jonas delivered every project on time and with quality, and Lucas didn't need to chase him. Lucas, in turn, had solid numbers to present to the board, a win-win situation, and both liked it that way. Jonas focused and rushed to finish the process. He was actually further along than he remembered. He had managed to stay on top of it despite the turbulent days. There was still an hour left in the workday when Jonas finished and sent the project to Lucas. He was satisfied with the result, despite everything. But that didn't matter now. He opened his browser and went to check what was happening in Midgard. He searched for news about the day, especially Midgard Station. He didn't have to look far. It was on the front page of the country's main news portal.
Chaos around Midgard Station. This morning, a group of protesters invaded the train station in the Midgard district to protest against the federal government. Among their demands, the group calls for better working conditions, more benefits for the population in the face of high taxes, and the end of fares on the rail network. No group has claimed responsibility for the protests or the alleged occupation of Midgard Station. Protesters shout that they have no leaders, that they were born spontaneously from a collective outrage. Among various signs with demands and defaced images of well-known politicians, there is also graffiti across the station walls, including tunnels and train cars. And the main message of the protesters, a massive banner stretched across the center of the station reading, "The revolution will begin between stations." So far, the police had been called in and had managed to control the situation inside the station, but the cleanup could not yet be completed. Some protesters were still trying to keep the environment chaotic despite police efforts, while others were seen fleeing through the station tunnels.
Jonas reread the article 3 times before quietly saying, just loud enough for himself to hear, as he leaned back in his chair and pressed his fingers against his face.
How did no one notice this? Something is happening between the stations, in the tunnels, and that old man definitely took part in it. Could he be the person Agata and the Scarred Man are looking for?